Hi everyone, welcome to Flosstube number 17. This is a very special day because number 17 is my all-time favorite number. It was my soccer number growing up, and I just looked and I passed a year on Flosstube. I made it. I'm so proud of myself for staying with my hobby and posting about it. I tend to be a very I don't know how to describe it, but an inner out person. So I feel like I jump hobbies a lot, but I've stuck with this for over a year now. I just looked and my first video I posted was June 3rd, and today is Sunday, June 9th. So very exciting. It's been such a fun year and I'm excited for many more. Oh my gosh, that actually reminds me, I didn't make notes today, so we're just kind of winging it, but I did want to mention I signed up for my first stitching retreat and I'm petrified. I'm petrified. So it's at Keepsakes. And I am going to the July 13th Saturday stitching retreat. So it's only a one-day retreat. I was like, I need to take her easy and dip my toes in before I ever think about doing a weekend long retreat, just to see if I can handle it mentally, emotionally, physically. So yeah, it just worked out it was fate, because I was looking for a place to stop between Milwaukee and North Carolina because I'm going for vacation in July, and I noticed Ohio was literally the dead center of the trip, and I was like, this is a perfect spot to stop. And I knew Keepsakes was in Ohio, and I was like, oh my gosh, do they have new retreats going on? And I was for sure thought if they had any retreats, they would have been sold out, but they weren't. And I got in. So I'm going to my first stitching retreat on July 13th. I need to proper dig into YouTube to find out what one should bring to their first retreat. Just because it's only a day retreat, so I don't know if people do things I just don't know. And I don't want to be someone who brings nothing and then I look like a goon. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research, a small or a thing where you give things that you don't want anymore and you switch with people, or table things. I don't know. So it's kind of stressing me out, but I'm also excited about it. So I'm glad I remembered to say that, because I definitely wouldn't have. But anywho's, so I last updated you all about 2 weeks ago. So I spent the last 2 weeks working on 3 projects. I worked on 3 projects, and we will spend again later today to see what I work on for the next 2 weeks. I will say, I did some work on these projects, but it was my last 2 weeks of work and it was just a bit chaotic. And now I'm done with work for the summer, so I have the next 2 months off. So hopefully my projects will get a little bit more time since I don't have to work all day, and I can stitch more. So that's very exciting. And yeah, let's just jump right into it because I can feel myself rambling already. So one of the first projects I worked on was the Manning May SAL project I'm working on, which is a Carolyn Manning project, and I am doing the Hummingbird garden. It is a design released in Just Cross Stitch magazine throughout the year of 2024. So they've had 2 releases, but there's still 2 more to go. And this is what it looked like the last time you saw it. And I will say I did a conversion. It is kitted up in Sullivan's, but I converted to DMC. And I finished the the first release. I finished the first release main flowers. There's like little flowers that go here that I haven't done yet. I also haven't bought like the gold floss to go in the middle of each flower. So they're not like 100% complete, but they're pretty darn close. So I think it looks great. I will say, I think the DMC, compared to the pictures of the Sullivans on the actual like magazine, I think the DMC is a bit more like vibrant, which good or bad, but it's not either good nor, you know, it's whatever you prefer. But I feel like the Sullivans might have been a bit more subdued and like mild, whereas the DMC, especially like the green, I feel like is really vibrant. And some of like these orangey bits, I think we're supposed to be a bit more yellow. But either way, I think it's turning out really cute. So I was really happy. I worked a bit extra on this. I was only working on this on weekends, but I was so close to finishing the last flower. I was like, ooh, I'll give it like, I think I worked into like 3 days of a week. So yeah, that was what my first project looked like. Super, super happy with these. It is very intricate in detail. Next project was a new start. So this is Gorgeous by the Artsy Housewife. I'm doing this for one of my bridesmaids. It just screams her. I think it's like super cute and like whimsical. So last time on the video, I was a bit concerned with the fabric that I ordered, but it was totally fine. I used everything called for. So I'm doing it on a 18 count Bayou fabric, Ada, by Atomic Ranch, and I'm using, it's 2/1, and I'm using all of like the DMC Gentle Arts Weeks dyes worth, so yeah. This is where I got to, let me move my stuff around here. So yeah, I was a little bit worried how dark the fabric is, but as you can see, it's totally fine. 'Tis a lot of stitching, that little crow, but I think it's looking great. I will say I feel like 2/1 is a bit thick, but I feel like it plays into like the cartoony plush vibes, if that makes sense. So yeah, that was a new start, and it was good, yeah. I don't really have too much to say on it, to be honest. I like the variegated like colors that it has. Like, and its wing, you can see like it's variegated a little bit on the brown. And I think that the flowers are gonna look so good on this fabric and just like really pop. Yeah, so that was my new start. Very fun. Then the last thing I worked on this week was the Haunted House SAL. This is where it was the last time you saw it. And I'm doing this 2/1. I believe this is on a 16 count. And I think in my last video I said, oh, I'm gonna finish the room I'm on and then start the next room. I always underestimate how long this is actually gonna take me. So I did not do that. I'm sorry. I know, I'm disappointed in myself too. This is where I got. So I've been working on the scarecrow room, and yeah, I think this is a good stopping point, to be fair, because I'm so close to being done with this room. It's basically, I just kept running out of floss colors. So like I have 5 stitches of the yellow. I have like 2 stitches right here of that one. There's 2 greens in this photo, and then just finishing up the background with all these light colors. God, I'm gonna be glad when this room is over. Oh, you can't even see. Yeah, I'm gonna be very glad when this room is over because the light color background was just killing me. And then the next room is actually, they provided 13 room options for the 12 room house because a lot of people don't like clowns. So like this clown, the person I'm making this for loves clowns. And so I was like, but the new room is so cute. It's a kraken in a bathtub. And I was like, I must stitch that. So I basically sent her the completed stitch. This is what it's gonna look like. Oops, sorry. And I was like, which of these rooms is your least favorite? And so she is actually replacing the mummy room, I think, with the kraken in a bathtub because it's so cute. So yeah, not as much progress as I had hoped on this one, but I still am pleased. And I really did try, y'all, to get that room done, but it just took me ages. You know, I think I'm going to spin for 3 projects to work on for the next 2 weeks, but I'm not going to designate it like 5 days, weekend project. I'm just going to spin 3 projects and then it will give me options. It'll give me options to like work on different things. So then when I'm not feeling something, I can pivot, you know. I got this bag off Amazon. I mean, is this not gigantic? But it fits all of my projects, so I can just, I'm organized now. I used to have them like some in my bookcase, some over here. Now they're just in this massive basket. I'm a little bit bummed that I did a whip parade at the end of last year because I think I should have saved it and did a whip parade for my 1 year on Flosstube, just because it would have been interesting to see like what I had different, not different, but like I've started so much since I started my Flosstube. So yeah, oh well. Maybe I won't do a whip parade this upcoming Christmas and I'll save it for my 2 years on Flosstube. Maybe that's what I'll do. So, okay, we're spinning. I was like, let's not get distracted. I'm already distracted. All right, so we're spinning 3 projects to work on. Quilting bee. Okay, let me pull it out before I forget. Okay, I'll show you them after we spin. You know the deal. Mary pattern, fun. Okay, that's a new start. Last one. Patty pattern, both my sisters. Okay, perfect. Oh, that's fun. I love my sisters. Okay, so, all right, so Quilting Bee is a Carolyn Manning pattern that I worked on a couple weeks ago, like a month or so ago, and really enjoyed. So this is what it's gonna look like. And I'm excited to pull this one out because it is very easy to stitch, as well as it's like super fun colors for the summer. This is where I'm at right now. Ooh, okay, so for this one, shall we think about it a little bit? I think it would be fun to try and like, whoa, sorry. Can you even see what I'm doing? Yeah, okay. I think it would be fun to fill in this and just like work my way out. I also have to finish these guys. So maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe it's not. Who knows? Time will tell. My next video, you'll know. And I'll know. So we'll get there eventually. But this one is fun to work on, so I'm very excited about that. I'll do Patty's pattern next, since you all know it already. Of course I didn't write it down. This is charted by Whoopi Cat on Etsy, and it is a William Morris blue something. And I'm doing this on an 18 count navy blue Ada by Zweigart. And I'm doing it 2/1. This is what it's gonna look like. And this is where I got last time, a little baby start. This will be fun to work on as well because it's only like 15 colors. So I feel like you just start a color and you just go. And it's very like blocky in color. And like I mentioned last time, I'm gonna have to really be careful with how I'm stitching just because of how tight this fabric is. I'm never gonna wanna like box myself out, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna do the parking method and stitch like, you know. So this is as charted basically, except I changed one color. I changed the light green for a darker green in the leaves. So yeah, that's my Patty project I'll be working on. Blue Pimpernel? Is that it? Ooh, I didn't make cards for this one yet. Okay, and then the last project is my Mary project. And this is the Las Vegas project I got off of Etsy. This is what it's gonna look like. And I am doing it with all the called for DMC, and they're like super fun colors. So like, again, I love it because it's very summery vibes. Like, look at these. Oh, so pretty. Okay, and I am doing it on this 14 count DMC Charles Craft. Like bluey, tie-dye, bluey green. Because I thought it was a fun, colorful project and I wanted it on a fun, colorful piece of fabric. So that will be my new start. Ooh, I'm excited about that. I don't know what I'll work on first. Again, tomorrow's my first day of like vacay. I'm so excited. So I'm gonna wake up, have coffee, and pick my first project I wanna work on. I'll probably save the new start just for a little bit and work on something already done. Who knows? Again, you'll see. You'll know in 2 weeks' time. We'll both know. Cool. So those are the projects I'm gonna work on. The only other thing I was gonna mention is I did my habit of, well, I did not do. I had the habit of drinking 75 ounces of water, and oh my gosh. I never realized how little water I drink in a day. I'm always drinking something, but it's rarely water. In the morning, I'm a big coffee drinker, like 2 to 3 cups. Afternoon, I drink water. And then I have my Dr. Z every day. And then sometimes I have an iced coffee, like protein shake thing. And then I usually have a Grapesy. I'm obsessed with Zevia. A Grapesy with dinner, and then I drink water or lemonade after dinner. So I drink out of the little, usually like protein shakers, water, and so they're like 24 ounces, I think. And I had to drink like, no, they're less than 24 because I had to drink like 3.5 of them. So I think they're 20 ounces. So yeah, so it would be like 3 of those plus more. And I was like, oh my God, I drank about 1 a day. So yeah, that was very eye-opening. So I'm glad I pulled that. And I am really trying to drink more water as I sit here drinking coffee at 4:13. So I'm gonna pull a new habit. They're just loose in my drawer now because again, we pickled some onions and needed my container. So I'm gonna pull a habit. New habit. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. 8 ounces water before coffee. This is great. It's just building off of, that is wonderful. See, it was meant to be. What a great habit to pick. Okay, that's exciting. That is actually hilarious. I couldn't have planned that better. Honestly, we could have switched them, but that's totally fine. Okay, what else do I have to say? I think that's about it. I'm trying to keep these videos a little bit quicker just because they are more often. So I will be working on those 3 projects. I'm trying to think if I have any life updates. Life updates. We are trying out our rehearsal dinners food next week to see if we want to book that place. So that's kind of wedding news. We're pretty much on track with wedding stuff. So that's cool. I have to book my hair and makeup trial soon. And yeah, we're going to San Diego for my bachelorette because one of my best friends lives there. So and like everyone who's coming to my party has to like travel. So we decided why not travel to San Diego. So we're doing that at the beginning of August. And yeah, I'm not working. I'm off of work for the summer. So that's huge news. I just started a 16-week half marathon training program because I'm planning on running a half marathon the first week of October. So that's cool. And my long run today was 4 miles. So we have some work to do to get to 13.1, but slow and steady. I don't think I'll win the race, but hopefully I'll finish the race. Yeah, and other than that, I'm just excited for the summer and having some extra time to read. I'm gonna get back into reading. Like I mentioned, I was in a big reread phase, so now I have to like switch my mind. I did actually start a book. I want to say it was by Anne Bishop. So I'll let you know next time if it's any good. Yeah, so I'll keep you posted on that. It's an audiobook, so I can stitch and listen, so that will be nice. We did also see Furiosa, the new Mad Max movie in theaters. I love Mad Max Fury Road. Like, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. And Furiosa was good, but not as good as Fury Road. So I would still recommend. Movie theaters are so expensive. I mean, just for two tickets cost us $32, I think. I was shook. And then I bought popcorn and a drink because when at the movie theaters, because we go maybe once a year, so I was like, I want some popcorn and some drink. But we saw that and it was good. So I would recommend, if you want to see like it in theaters, it's really good in theaters because of like the action scenes. But at the same time, like you could also wait till it's out on HBO Max or something like that, and I think you'll be totally fine. I'm gonna stop rambling now. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye!